Welcome to Deep Conversations Podcast, everybody. I am your host, Ryan Stewart, and I have the pleasure here of sitting here with three owners of No Fake Love, the clothing brand, Kevin Banks, Salvador Fernandez, and Terreike Neal.
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's get started. I want to talk about how you guys met. Give the viewers a little background of you guys' upbringing.
Okay. We from the Bronx, all three of us.
Okay.
Me and Sal, we met I'm Terreike, by the way. We met in high school.
Okay.
Back in what? 2001, 2002, way back. Yeah. We met in high school. We built together as brothers from there. I met Kev in like 2013.
Yeah. About 2013.
2013. Yeah. We started building, and that's more or less, I connected the dots with all three of us. I pulled them in. They met each other. We all started vibing into it. Yeah.
So, you guys, anybody else got something to say? How you guys your upbringing?
Yeah, I met Terreike from work. We call him Young, so I'm gonna just call him Young in the meeting.
Okay, cool.
I met Young at work. We work at the MoMA, art background. Yeah, linked with Sal, and it went from there.
Okay.
If you was to talk about the upbringing, raised in the Bronx, in sort of in the street life, being exposed to the streets and all of that, and fashion, music. I'm an artist myself, and I do music as well. That was more or less it. Yeah, growing up in the Bronx, in them streets, man.
Yeah. So when did you guys start the No Fake Love brand?
The brand began in 2016. 2016. Like I said, I'm an artist, so we was looking for a way to do a give back to the community. We came together and we did a cookout, like a cookout for the community or whatever, and we designed a T-shirt, and the T-shirt was the logo, the Fake Love logo. We needed every cookout needed a theme, so the theme was No Fake Love. What was it? No Fake Love.
It was for the love.
For the love.
For the love.
Okay.
And we created the logo in 2016, and it just picked up from there. Everybody wanted a T-shirt more than they wanted food.
Yeah. It's I find it interesting too. With the I guess I kind of got drawn to you guys when I was looking at you guys business because me and my wife we started a clothing brand. It's called Black Diamond, and we started that last year. And we were excited for you. Just you got all the visions in your mind, and you just want to put it down on it. But I guess the thing that kind of you think about it, but the thing that kind of threw us off was the real business aspect of it. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, and that has to come with it, but you really don't know the ins and outs until you actually get into it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because everybody, like you said, for me, the one thing throws me off is just because you got a clothing line, why does everybody think you got money on top of money on top of money? I don't understand that, man. I'm like, this is harder than y'all think, man.
Probably more broke with the clothing line than when I was without it.
That's see what I mean? That's what I said. And I just had an interview.
A lot that goes in.
Go ahead.
There's a lot that goes in, a lot that comes out of pocket that you gotta maintain just to maintain the business.
No, that's the truth. Now, what inspired the name, and who's going to take the credit for coming up with the name?
That was me.
Okay, yeah.
The logo design, if you look at the logo, it's the word fake formed into a heart. And before we wanted to promote No Fake Love, we wanted to bring fake love, bring the awareness, let you know fake love is a real thing. So that's how you first see the logo, you go, oh, that's fake love. And it's like, nah, we're promoting No Fake Love. But that fake love is a real thing. That's how the name, the logo, everything was developed.
Now, about having y'all business, and it's multiple owners, what role does each of y'all have inside of the business?
I mean, we all have, I could say equally, we all have the same, we all go through like a guideline of things with each other, but I do more of the internet, e-commerce, suppliers, try to, the numbers on that, design, but more website, e-commerce. stuff like that.
Sal does more of the
social media,
web and social media.
Web.
Gotcha.
Me and Young is more of the reaching out to suppliers, actual printing, shipping, all the hands-on day-to-day life of the business.
Yeah, the bullshit. That's that's what it is. And that's the stuff when me and my wife was doing, that's what I was doing, was the ship. And she was doing a lot of social, because see, in the social media thing, I'm not as tech savvy as she is. You know what I mean? So I let her do all that. And I'm like, I can do the, dealing with the shipping and stuff. And after we got into it, I'm like, yo, you want to switch? I'm like, well, I can learn that, because the shipping and all that, man, that is like, woo, man. It's a lot, man.
The demand is a lot. Especially when you're dealing with, dealing with customers who want special privileges and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, man.
United shipping, we're a business.
Can you open
any other business? You expect 4 or 5 stuff.
Not even Nike sends out one day.
Right?
Yeah, that's what I see, and that's what it's. Now, what made you guys come up with the concept of self-love? As a clothing brand. Like, for example, did you see a lot of kind of like self-hate? Whether was it with friends or like family or just on TV and stuff like that.
It was personal.
Mm-hmm.
It was personal.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for me, during the time when we created the brand, it was a crossroad in my life, and figuring out self-worth, self-love, how to value yourself and each other, and it stemmed from there. Like it's really personal, but it's so personal that it relates to everybody.
Mm-hmm. And
it's to each person.
Mm-hmm.
Each person can relate. Nobody wants fake love.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and it's I can say for me, for my example, I was born with cerebral palsy. So when, as a young kid, I had 3 other brothers. They never treated me no different. You know what I mean? So it was like I was running around. I didn't think nothing of it until I started going into school, and people started, looking and, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. Somebody tell me. You know what I mean? And that's how, you see what I'm saying? Because my brothers were like, I was wrestling, I was fighting, I was doing, playing basketball, football. It never was nothing. They was just what it was. But then how people start perceiving, you know what I mean, and start seeing stuff, I'm like, damn, is it really something wrong? But that was, like you said, that was kind of a crossroad for me. You know what I mean? Because in high school, I'm like, I gotta stop worrying about what people think, man. Like, and I had a girl tell me that. Me and her was dating for a while, and she said, don't nobody care about none of that stuff but you. She was like, you got to care about you got to love you. And I was like, and that's why when I started looking at y'all stuff, the self-love, I'm like, that's dope. And it's unique because don't nobody,
right?
There's nobody. I mean, it kind of self-explanatory. It explains itself. You know what I mean?
Like you said, we both said it's so much needed on a personal level and on a broad level today. Like right now, what the internet is like dictating so much of who you're supposed to be, who people expect you to be. So you kind of you lose sight of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Fake love is important and we use our core values, that love, unity, equity, peace, to promote that individualized, that
acceptance,
right? That self-expressionism. It's more of a self-love slogan than it is an anti-slogan. Even though you feel fake love, it's not about nobody else but yourself. You don't want to project fake love. You don't want to be somebody. And you don't want to receive that as well. I want you for your purest form, who you are, not who I expect you to be or what you have. None of that defines who you are.
Yeah, I got I'm getting ready to do. I don't mean to jump off topic, but I'm getting ready to do a panel of it's basically on love. You know what I mean? And why is love so difficult nowadays? Like, for example, how come a lot of these marriages and relationships and stuff don't last like our grandparents and everybody else's from years ago? You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to have a panel of women, and I'm going to have another panel of men, and we all just going to discuss. But some of the people that I talk to, asking and wanting to be on the panel, I'm like, y'all are. I mean, you can hear like the I don't want to say the self-hate.
No.
No, but seriously, yeah, that's the word for it. Cause it's like
Brokenness,
you got women saying they want a real man, but she's got a weave, she's got fake lashes, she's got fake nails and all this. And I'm like, you asking for something that you're not even giving yourself. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you guys, I think it's important too that you guys are having this y'all do have this brand. And that's how, for me, reading over it and everything, I know it's going to work because there's a message in it that everybody can relate to. And that's how brands work, because everybody wants to relate to it. So you guys, with your brand, I'm throwing it out there. I know it's going to work for y'all. You know what I mean? And New York, y'all winning in New York. That's hard as hell to do, man, in New York. Because everybody wants to be a hustler. And you know what I mean? Everybody's a hustler in New York.
We the mecca of everything. So like, every time you turn around, like at first it was rap, right? Then it was podcasting. Now you see clothing brands popping up left and right.
Yeah.
It's a hard market to thrive in, or even to survive in. And I'm thankful enough that we've been able to do it so far. So
yeah. Now what can you guys, since you guys had the clothing brand, what have y'all learned about yourself?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But mainly that core value, bro. Love.
Yeah, I don't know at all.
It's just the life. Like, we don't accept it. We're not accepting it. We're not accepting what's not for us, what's not meant for you. You shouldn't accept it. So
and practice what you preach.
Yeah.
It teaches a lot. You got a brand that means so much. You have to represent that brand as well. We're not perfect, you know what I'm saying? We all human, so we all have the same frustrations. We're not always in a great mood. But take that step back and have those loving hands when you're dealing with people that might not be in alignment with you or might not share the same values as you. You know what I'm saying? Having that understanding, I think that's been the biggest for me since having a brand. Like, I gotta promote this. It's a lifestyle as well as a brand, and I gotta promote this lifestyle and be about it every day.
Yeah, because I had she was a branding expert. I had her on a couple months ago, and she was talking about, when you create a brand, you have to create a brand person. She was like, so when you're creating that brand person, she said, like Nike, she said, when you put on a shoe of Nike has, she said, you actually feel like you're something that they create,
Like if you put on a pair of LeBrons, you feel like I could play ball like LeBron.
And I can make, that's, you see what I'm saying? So it's when you have a brand, it's hard to turn it off. You know what I mean? Like once you got, like you said, it's like, it's what it is. It's just how it is. 24/7, your mind is always thinking about your brand and what you can do better with it and how you can affect other people. You know what I mean? So I want to ask you guys, how long did it take y'all to get the ball rolling when y'all came up with your ideas?
See, that's the thing about us. It's funny because when we first started, the ball was rolling. And it roll again. So it's more of never stop. Well, yeah, not stop, but like it slowed down. It's just for everything. It's a wave. So
kind of going back to what, like in the beginning, right? It was just t-shirt. I want to ship a t-shirt out. And many people was in t-shirt, and that was moving perfectly fine. And then you realize, this is a business. So you kind of gotta, like, we had to take a step back and say, this is business. Let's figure out the business aspect of it now. The day-to-day transactions, we figured out all of that. Now it's the business part behind what people don't see. We got to figure out, and that kind of like it gave us a hiccup because it was all new to us. Like not business majors or nothing. Once we went through that hiccup, and then it was like, all right, now put the pedals back on the gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, get right back.
Yeah, and it's something too, because you don't business. I love it at the same time because it challenges you. You know what I mean? It challenges you in a different way, and then I guess it frustrates me too because growing up in public schools, we wasn't taught those things. You know what I mean? You had to learn. You had to learn as you go. You know, public schools, they teach you a trade to go work, and private schools, they teach you about business. So when we all get older, those private school kids are teaching us because we the workers. You know what I mean? And it's refreshing to me that since I started the podcast, that I see so many entrepreneurs now, you know, that are doing things for themselves. You know what I mean? And it's just refreshing, especially people who look like us. That's always been something for me. Now, what's you guys' goals, you know, to end 2022 and then, you know, going forward?
I want to create an ecosystem. Like, I want this to just run on its own. Like, not so much backbreaking work. You know, I want this smooth flow where it's just, that's it, just the ecosystem. Everything is just running itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want by the end of this year.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Where can they find y'all on social media?
No Fake Love Apparel.
Yeah, everything. Okay. Instagram is No Fake Love Apparel, and Facebook No Fake Love Apparel. The website nofakeloveapparel.com. Yeah, and then individually, we all navigate as well. But No Fake Love Apparel is how you'll find us. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna you know, when this interview is over, I'm gonna reach out to y'all, you know, through social media and stuff. And when I start putting this, because I do all the videos, so when I start editing the stuff, I'll tag all y'all in it and everything like that. So again, y'all, I appreciate y'all coming on, you know what I mean, and sharing y'all story with me. And in October, I kind of want to have a, you know, kind of a big get together with some of my guests, and I want to, you know, invite you guys back too.
Absolutely.
When I come up to New York, I'm gonna reach out to y'all, man, because I want to come up and check some stuff out, man.
Please do.
Yeah. And I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for coming on the podcast. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you for having us.
You're on YouTube, baby.